Oh. Breaking news. There's a dick tornado coming our way.
Oh my god. A dick?
Everybody take cover unless you're homosexual or female.
Cut. Cut. Yeah, a dick tornado.
You gotta warn the people.
Let me just. A dick tornado?
I thought of the worst thing, man. What would you think of this worse?
A lot of. I mean, that's a pretty bad one, but there's a lot of things that are worse.
Like an AIDS tornado?
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, there's definitely worse things.
Yeah. Do you want to know what JD Vance thinks the aerial phenomena and like ETs and shit are?
UAP?
Yeah. He
What?
thinks they're demons. He said it like literally like 2 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, he said he thinks they're demons.
I mean, you can't disprove it.
Still, a little far fetched.
I mean, religion in itself is, in that aspect.
There was another one about religion. That fucking I don't know who exactly it was, but they were telling the army men that this was righteous and this is God's will, Iran war or whatever.
Oh, that pastor?
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
don't
seen
I,
that.
I don't know if that was the right one. There was one person that told like a whole group of army men and like generals were there and all sorts of shit. I don't know if I
It's
pulled
wild
up the
stuff,
right
man.
thing that I showed you.
Wild stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, people say prophecies are being fulfilled all the time when crazy stuff happens, so it's not that shocking. It's like that. Did you see that? It had nothing to do with what you're talking about, but that transgender person running for I think it was a seat in Congress.
You showed me that, yeah.
Oh, did I? Yeah. Okay. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
the comments.
I'm
Not the
surprised it
fact that
hasn't already happened.
I was gonna say, not the fact that a transgender person ran for Congress isn't the crazy part. Like you said, I'm surprised that hasn't been publicized before, or if it has, it hasn't made like.
Surely it's already happened. I'm sure some transgender
Well,
person is
that
running
person
for.
said that they already ran for Congress. He did.
That'd be weird. I doubt he wins.
No, he's
There's
not
not a
gonna.
big group of people.
Yeah, it's just the fact of the qualifications. Nonetheless, the non-representation. There's not a big enough. I mean,
Yeah, nobody's gonna get behind that besides more transgender, and there's not enough transgender compared to whoever he, she, whatever is running against.
yeah,
And yeah, they ain't gonna win that. I don't see it anyways. And if they do, like they ain't got no good position. They
no.
ain't they ain't getting presidency. You know what I mean? They're not. I don't know.
One of the comments they made that stuck out to me was they said that they wouldn't lie, and it's like, in reality, you lie to yourself every day.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a stretch for them to say.
Yeah, like, I mean,
You don't even know your own identity right now,
right?
and
Like, you're lying to yourself. You were born what you're born. You can't change that, no matter how bad you want to. I want to be a billionaire, but it is likely not going to happen.
I don't know. There was a time back in like 2019 where you can identify as anything. I'm glad that whole, I don't know what you even call it, because I have nothing wrong with nothing against gay people or anything like that. But
Oh, I
that
mean, yeah,
whole
live your life.
what's the
Your
cancel
life doesn't
culture,
affect
I
mine.
guess that whole thing. I'm glad that's over with.
Same with like transgenderism, until you start affecting I don't care what you are, as long as you're not hurting kids or women or, other hurting people in general. Let's just say that.
Right, wear what you want, but don't do what you want.
Yeah, right. You can transgender people are fine because they're going to have a group of people that are into that kind of thing and they can all find each other and that's cool. Same with gay people, right? Same with that community. They you can live the life and you're going to get people that hate you because their religions say that that's wrong and just people's morals say that's wrong and my personal beliefs have no weight towards what people's actions can do, right? Like, I'm not going to go out there and protest because you
Right.
want to be a transgender. However, when you start pushing those ideals, that ideology on kids, and they have this like very fragile sponge mindset right now that needs to be shaped, not towards necessarily, you know I'm not going to say that's evil, but not towards those beliefs, because they need to find out who they are themselves, not press on. They're a boy or they're a girl from birth. That can't be changed. I would tell that to a transgender grown man. Of course I would. You know what
Yeah,
I
the
mean?
bigger problem was they were allowing that on kids, like to do surgeries and shit.
Yeah, that's gross. That's very disturbing. That's what I'm talking about. It's like you start mutilating kids, and
Like, you corrupt these parents and these naive ass parents into thinking their kid is going to be better off if they come out as transgender.
when you're an adult and you want to make that decision, that's completely up to you. You're an adult. You made that decision,
Yeah, but you at least gotta wait.
right? And then, you get into the topic of like, what do you explain to the kid? Well, you tell them what you believe. You don't tell them what they should believe. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
you
because
can
I
tell
mean they're
them,
gonna see that majority believe the same thing, and then
yes.
be like, well,
You tell them the
I don't want to
truth,
be the
starters.
minority if the minority is stupid, you
You can
know?
tell them that you were a man and you felt like you were in a woman's body, if that's truly what you felt. If that's the explanation you need to give to a, not even to like a young, because the young kid, just keep them out of it. I mean, like the super young kids they're mutilating out here, but like we're, preteen, where it starts getting into those conversation topics like that. It's This is what you tell them, and that's not necessarily perfect, but it's better than trying to coerce them to do anything that's like that. You know what I mean? Like that's not.
Remember when Kevin Gates was on video
That's not
saying that
language.
he would hit his son with a dollhouse, like beat his son with a dollhouse if he was gay,
That's crazy.
and he had to go on a whole like press tour, like apologizing and shit.
I didn't know that, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's
funny
funny.
as shit. I
I
thought
just feel like
I almost said something that was similar to what he said. With
I
my
just feel like
kids.
as long as you, even your kids, I'm not a father, luckily, right now, but you are, and even with your kids, that would be their decision. That doesn't need to be influenced by anything other than their personal beliefs at that time in their life. Like right now, your kids have not even mentioned liking girls or boys or none of that, and they don't need to, especially your youngest. But the one, even your preteen right now, isn't at that stage in life, and there are parents out there, kids younger than him, that are getting influenced with that type of ideology. And that's crazy. Your kids haven't yet. Why? Because you haven't made that a part of their life as a good parent. You know what I mean? That's not what they need to be focused on right now anyway, right? They don't need to be
Yeah.
focused on relationships or sexuality, or all of that can wait until you're an adult. You know what I mean? Or at least like way older, late high school years, college years.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you'll know pretty young off if you're gay or not. I
Yeah,
won't
right.
deny
Like if
that.
you're attracted to boys or
Yeah, you
girls,
can't
vice versa,
deny
whatever,
that.
you can't deny it or help it or whatever. But again, even if you weren't gay, I would still press that those kids in that age group don't need to stress relationships. You can date around and stuff. That's going to happen
Oh
regardless.
yeah, but I'm talking like high school. I'm not talking
Right.
about middle school.
That's what I mean. And those are the years that you're seeing these, you know, radicals out of these groups. I'm not going to say it's everybody in it, right? That would be wrong to say every transgender person pushing it on kids. That's just not a true statement either. Same with gays. You have radical gays, radical Islam. You have radical, all of these people, these religions. You have radical Christians. You have radical, all of it. Every group has radicals. It doesn't matter what label you put on it. It's the radical in that group is what's going to, is what you're going to see the most, right? Like the hit dog hollers, you're gonna notice the one that's barking the most versus the group in the group, right? It's the same thing. It's when it's loud and it's disruptive, that's when people start paying attention to it and dealing with it in either a good or a bad way, right? If it's a child crying, right? That's disruptive and loud, but you're not going to harm that child for crying. You're going to nurture it. You're going to figure out what's wrong with it. But now, when that's an adult yelling in a quiet room, like a library, for instance, they're not getting their way, you're going to deal with that in a very different way. They're going to go to jail, or they're going to be,
Well, they're not putting no transgender people in
again,
jail.
no, 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 and they don't deserve to
Unfortunately,
until,
there's freedom of speech even to their
again,
level.
exactly, they don't deserve to go to jail until it becomes a problem. Is until it becomes like disruptive to what other people aren't in line with. If you hold a group for transgenders, right? If you hold like a meeting and you want all the people who are in support of, or that's your ideal. Same with gays. These parades, or that's completely okay. Whatever. Do it the right way that everybody else do parades. Just like if you wanted to do an American freaking parade or what. Who cares? Because the only people that have to show up that it's going to disrupt are the people that are involved with it. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like in a normal parade, okay, you get 15 minutes out of your traffic delay. It gives a freaking, go about your day, dude. It's not that. That's my point. Is like when it becomes a problem, you deal with the problem. Until then, nobody gives a. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna go about their day and do their thing.
Oh yeah. All in all, it's not a fucking problem for me.
No, exactly. Right. And it's not going to be a problem for you until somebody makes it that way. When somebody starts trying to force that on your kids, now what's a problem for you?
Yeah, but well,
You see what I'm
that
saying?
is heard of, but it's not common.
Exactly. It's not. And that's kind of the point is like just let them live their life. You know what I mean? Like stop let everybody do what they not what they want and because there do need to be laws. You don't need to harm people. Exactly what we're talking about here. But as long as it's not hurting anybody, you should be able to do pretty much what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they let us be, we let them be.
Right. Exactly. And it's just the whole thing is like you wouldn't want groups against straight people. They just hate straight people, and you wouldn't want groups against freaking
Circling back to the beginning,
anything.
though, that person is not going to win for any kind of government.
No, 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 no,
I
not
don't give a
no.
fuck.
There's not enough big enough representation, and that's okay too for that person or whatever that group. It just is what it is. That's just not every. I don't even agree with that. I don't agree with those ideals. But that's not who am I? You know
Not enough
what I'm
people
saying?
caring is the same as nobody to me.
Right. And that's exactly what it comes down to, and that's why it's always Republican and Democrat, and not these like one-off parties that you see in these elections
Yeah.
with like super low percentages. They might have like a 6% in the race or 3% or some crazy shit. That's going to be the same thing. It's just how it is.
Right.
Very small represented group. And then because of that reason, I don't agree with that, and a lot of other people that are like me don't agree with that. I think that how you're born is what you should accept, whether you like it or not. It's with gay people, they're born gay, like truly gay people, I believe, because I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm born liking women, so I'm assuming for the opposite thing, they're born that way too. That's something they can't help. But again, they stay to their group. They stay with people that like them and want to be involved with that. That's
Yeah.
all it's got to be. Everybody can, not necessarily. You don't have to get along, but you got to like, you know,
Not kill each other.
yeah, right. What's the word? Cohabitate. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta
Not
exist
harm each other
together.
because you just exist. We're just existing.
Yeah. I think everybody that with a right
Now,
mind feels the same way.
you exactly, but then you get the problems with the radicals. Is what we circle back to the radical part
On both sides, you got people on
for
our side that would
everything.
kill people.
Radicals, anything. It doesn't matter for race, for sex, for religion. Radical, anything. If
Yeah.
you're a radical and you start thinking your views are more important or better than everybody else's, that's where problems start occurring.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but that's the cut and dry of it. The simple, like that's where it comes down to. When
I
you,
just don't think about them or care about them.
radicals.
No, queers.
Oh well, I mean that's yeah. Again, that's why though is because they don't affect you. That's not a part of your life until that radical person, gay, transgender, religion. If a Muslim or if a radical gay person or if a radical Jewish or it doesn't matter. Just put whatever label you want to on it. Starts influencing you or your kids in a heavy way that you don't agree with, and you're like, hey man, chill. This isn't cool. And they keep doing it. Now it's a problem. Now you're gonna hurt
Yeah.
that person either physically, financially. You see what I'm saying? And now it's gonna become, okay, I retaliated and harmed this person because they were in way, they were not stepping down when told to. So I had to do something, right? And that's anybody in any situation like that. You're going to defend yourself or your child or your home, whatever that comes down to.
Yeah.
And then now, all of a sudden, you have these radicals that weren't radical before because they think, you get these news stories that aren't that way. You get straight man versus gay man, or straight man versus transgender, or straight man versus or white man versus black man, or whatever the news story comes down to, and you get a bunch of people that are all of a sudden mad and get these riots and yada yada yada, and that's how all this shit always unfolds. Besides the paid for riots and stuff, if you want to go down that
Because everybody sides with the
lane,
person
but
they're most alike with,
yeah, right.
even if
But
they do something
you
a little
can
different.
you can side with it and disagree with the way things go, but the fact that there is a system in place that holds people accountable most of the time anyway, that's another rabbit hole. Our system is flawed in a lot of ways, of course, right? I don't agree with that either. But we do have a system in place that, with the right steps taken, you can at least get something done when something's unlawfully or something unlawfully happens to you or your family. Right? Like in most cases, against probably not against people that are high up and have power. Let's just acknowledge that.
Yeah, the law works in the perfect world.
Right.
Yeah, except for when kids have to make all the chocolate. That's
All right.
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that's
I don't even
again
eat
that's
chocolate,
not
so
not
that's a
just
good thing.
chocolate though. That's child labor in general. Like child labor exists all over the world.
Who was it? Steve Jobs used child labor, didn't he?
Dude, I'm sure you can just go on and on about what big corporations that these people. Steve Jobs, I'm sure wasn't out there making nobody use that, but his corporations might have. Who knows?
Nah, he knew about his shit.
Again, he's not the one out there like making them do it though. Is what I'm saying. Is like there's companies through his like umbrella corporations that have shit going on like that. Again, I don't even know if it was Steve Jobs, but there are people that are like that have child labor.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but now look at the other side of that fucked up though. That's you looking at a kid having to work, right? But now that kid has an income of some sort maybe. I don't know. I don't know all the logistics of this. Somebody can explain more if they want to. I'd have to look more into this. But from my side of it is now that kid that would have went hungry has some type of work to do, some type of job, some type of income for his family. Maybe if the kid's working, it's obviously because, the parents are either shitty or have other things going on and they're working too to provide for the family and keep everybody afloat. They're old enough to work, like it's shit, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're getting
I don't
paid
agree with it.
anything.
I'm just saying, like,
If they're getting paid anything, it's not like what we get paid.
no, of course not. Right.
So, I mean, it's just
But
fucked
hopefully
up.
it's enough that it is fucked up. I'm not agreeing with it at all. I'm
I
just
picture
saying.
like Charlie in the chocolate factory, what his dad
Glass
or
half
uncle
full,
brings home, in that shitty ass house.
Yeah, right. It's not great, but at least they're able to do something.
Yeah.
It's not great. Again, I don't agree with it at all either.
Just don't eat chocolate.
Now here's the question: would you give up your luxuries for 10 of those kids' pleasure? Like, would you give up your house, your amenities that you have with you and your family and your kids to give those 10 kids your same lifestyle? Would y'all just swap? Boom. And now 10 kids are out of the mud, out of the cold, out of the hungry, blah blah blah, and you just deal with that now.
Well, for one, you got to have better needs to be able to do something like that.
No, not exactly. I'm just saying from now, you just swap.
What? Why would I do that?
Again, would you?
Why would I do that though?
I'm just asking. Would you?
No, probably not.
And
I got kids.
That again, yeah, you'd have to take your kids in that.
If I can help my
Their
family
kids.
and help somebody else, yeah, I would.
But you wouldn't give up your lifestyle to help somebody else's lifestyle, like to trade lives with them.
No, what? That's fucking torturing my kids.
Right. And see, that's why, and that's where I'm getting to is that sometimes there may not be enough to go around, right? And like if you have to choose,
I think there's
on the
enough to
plate.
go around. That's not. I don't think that's the argument.
Again, this is. I'm just saying from this perspective. I don't know if there is or isn't. There probably is. I would say there probably is especially if you started defunding all the military projects from every country. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Would there be? Holy shit.
Yeah.
If everybody just de-armed and
every canceled military would make another
just
country
de-armed,
successful.
just sell everything from the militaries to everybody just chill out. Stop trying to blow each other up and kill everybody. Who cares about power and land and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Just stop all the shit. Yeah. Everybody would be living like kings.
Yeah. If that could only be the possibility.
Yeah, that's not. Eventually, you would have somebody that would want to be the only king.
Yeah.
And that's why you have.
Or somebody that has something they can make a weapon out of that nobody else knows how to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you get to where we're at now.
Yeah. Pointless wars.
Luckily, we live in the strongest nation, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's very, it's lucky.
Yeah, I mean, that's just...
I'm grateful to be here, that's for sure.
Geopolitics is probably one of my favorite subjects after getting older because you learn why land masses are distributed and controlled the way they are from the world superpowers in different regions and, why people get involved in certain conflicts that you think they had nothing to do with. Well, they probably did in a bigger way than you in your knowledge square or bubble know about, right? Because like,
well, yeah, people that don't look into it before speaking, for sure.
Right, and like you just see like, oh, the military bombed Iran. Well, go learn why. right? Go learn what Iran did to get to that point, or what America did to somebody else, or whatever, however lane you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, is like,
There's always a reason,
yeah, right.
whether it's just or not.
And geopolitics, if you get into that, even just scrape the surface of it and go learn a little bit about it, you start to see like everything has played out exactly the way it has. But you can go watch the story unfold, dude. You can just see like boom, reaction, 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 reaction,
Yeah.
action, reaction, action, reaction.
I wonder what the first war was in like modern time. I guess World War One, maybe, or like
What kind of war? There's
like with guns.
different categories of war.
With guns.
I mean, that would be I don't know. It'd be a hard one. You have to go research. But see, that's the thing, though. You can go research that.
Oh yeah.
You
can
know,
learn
and like
all about that shit.
right. And I'm not a big history buff like that, but I like geopolitics in the sense of I like to understand why things are the way they are now, and like why certain things work the way they do. Not necessarily. I don't want to go learn about every war and every battle and dude's name, and
To me, it's just the line of falling systems that piled into what you get today. They all failed, and they had to make something out of it.
not necessarily they failed, but you have people with different beliefs living within the same system that want to split that system into multiple. They want their own system. Like, for instance, you have the biggest representation for modern history with that would be, other than America, obviously, we split from Europe, came here, would be the Ukraine-Russia war right now. You have a country that has made their own country within Russia. Like, the Ukraine now is recognized as their own country. We've acknowledged that, right? Like that's been
Right.
like that for a while now. They have their own system, their own rules, their own beliefs, their own political agenda, things like this. They don't want to be controlled by this other leader, right? Like this. I'm gonna kind of go sparse on my words here, but they don't want to be controlled by this person, right? They like being controlled by this other person. They're not being controlled in that sense. They get to do a lot more liberties and in their head, right?
Yeah.
So they have every right to defend themselves, to protect that land that they were given, or that has been given to them now. Everybody knows that's Ukraine now, right? Like it's been established for a long time. And again, that's geopolitics. You can go find out why. Why, and I've heard that whole story. I don't remember it word for word, or everything. I'd have to research it more for myself, but I know I've heard about it. I've learned this story myself. And that's kind of what it comes down to with every country. And why everything is the way it is because you have those same things happening everywhere. You have people that, you have 300,000 people. Let's just use that number. I don't know why that number, but 300,000, 150,000 of them believe one thing. The other 150 believe another thing. We're going to split.
Put some borders up.
Right. And now what was one country is two. You see what I'm saying?
That might be the biggest problem, though. Maybe we're not supposed to have any borders.
Well, I mean, the borders are imaginary.
Well, of course. It's not a wall. I'm saying, like, you should be able to freely go where you want in the world.
Yeah, but again,
The fact that they get
now
to
you
rule
get
parts
to-
of the world that was given to us by an unknown whatever.
but now you get to what we talked about before, the radicals, right? You get to people that don't care about your liberties and your civil justices and your
I
stuff.
know. Like, you got all these people. Yeah, we can live as free as we want until one person starts killing people.
And that's what's going to
Now
happen.
we need somebody who would be in
It's
charge
not-
of taking care of this guy.
Yes, and that you're going to start a war because you decided to go somewhere you were unwelcome.
Yep.
You don't align same way you don't expect your wife to wear a hijab, right? But you go somewhere that they do. You go to their country, that's their rules. You have to abide by that, right? Like if you don't, that's disrespect. Like, you deserve what's coming to you because
Well,
you
just like a
acknowledge
sign
me.
at the water park that says no diving, no running, no
And if you do
shower.
that, you deserve to get kicked out.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, exactly. But if you go there and you see them rules,
But
and
they're
you go
kicked
there-
out. They're where America you're going to get thrown out. They're going to behead you for some, not necessarily that, but for some of the things.
Right. But
see
I
what
mean,
I'm
what's
saying?
wrong is wrong, though, and the majority says
And the
killing is wrong.
punishment goes very differently and that's where beliefs start misaligning.
Like cutting off people's hands.
Yeah,
and
and you
shit.
don't believe in public executions and stuff. So guess what? You and all of the people in the country that don't believe the same thing, go make your own country. That's not a thing anymore now. We're not going to do that, right? This imaginary border right here.
No, you just kill the people that believe that.
If you come, then that's what you get with Now you're referring to the Holocaust. Now you're referring to.
Well, the Jews didn't want to kill
No,
nobody.
you're referring to beliefs leading to mass slaughter, to genocide. That I don't believe. My beliefs
Genocide
don't
of
align with yours.
murderers, though, that believe
No.
cutting off hands and heads is normal.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to. Everybody's not going to admit that when you start killing people. You start if
Well,
you learn that.
they're not guilty until proven. You know.
Okay, yeah. Now you're going to do 5 people. Let's just say you call it 5 people that did that. The other 100,000 people in that colony that would have done the same thing are never going to tell you they would have done that because they just seen 5 people get there. You see what I'm saying?
But they probably wouldn't have done it if they weren't born
And
to a
there
place
you
to
get-
have bad people doing that.
There you get genocide. There you get Hitler, is because that's what he believed, is that why if all these people are going to eventually grow up and be bad, just wipe them all out.
Yeah, well, he didn't have reasonable suspicion to believe they were going to be bad people.
He did, in his head, in his beliefs. Yes, he did. And
Yeah,
that
but
was
I'm
his
not
whole
talking
right.
about killing
That was
the
his
young
whole-
of the same race just because the elders kill
No,
people.
but you're saying kill all the people.
Kill
who are
all the
evil.
people that you see.
But you could never. If you were evil and you seen all your buddies who were evil getting their heads cut off because they were evil,
Well,
are you going to
just
admit that
solved
you're
him
evil?
being evil?
Huh?
You just solved evil right there.
You're not gonna. No, you just made evil go into hiding again within your country, and they're gonna start plotting against you. They're gonna come cut your head off. How do you not see
The
that?
thing is
People
if
aren't
you
gonna
stop
voluntarily
it,
die.
and they go do it on their own free
People
will,
aren't going to
randomly.
voluntarily die. Okay, if you started killing, and that's what we do. You're explaining our justice system. If you go kill somebody in a gruesome way in America, you get on death row, right? You get put to death because you did something heinous. That is exactly what you're explaining.
Yeah.
If we do not know these people are going to do something, that's psychics. Wouldn't you see what I'm saying?
But what if you get them all together and
How?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's theoretical.
That's what I'm saying. Is
No,
we would love to do that.
If it was only 5 people in this whole country,
you would off them, and we would be happy-go-lucky. But
Yeah.
it's way more than that, and that's my point.
but
is
you have 5 of them. 2 of them probably are good people that don't believe that you should cut off people's heads and thinks that's a bad rule. Kill the 3 that don't and want to cut off people's heads for robbing and shit.
that's you're explaining it like it would be like cut and dry. Like these people are gonna walk up and sign a list.
It
that they're
wouldn't, but I'm
murderers.
just saying how it should be.
Yeah,
Open
It should be.
borders
Nobody wants to kill anybody. You
And
want
the
to talk like that?
supreme leaders and
You see what I'm saying?
cannibal eaters and all
If
that.
we're going to that far, there should just be no hate, no murderers, and everybody happy-go-lucky,
Well,
free.
yeah. No,
But that's just not the way things are. So
The thing is, it's already been too long in corruption, so there's no
our
fixing
systems
it now.
are set up the exact way we've just went through.
AI
and
could
talked,
fix it.
and this is how. No, it could not.
Yeah, it would nuke all the
Not
people.
even-
It would nuke
That's
all the.
retarded. Why are we gonna start nuking everybody? That your family deserves to get nuked because there's crackheads in the trailer park that would eat somebody's skin if they had to? No, go kill the
Well,
skinwalker
we got more
people.
like precise missiles, so the AI would
Jesus.
find everybody that likes that shit and just blow their house up.
Now you're agreeing with like Flock because you want to register everybody and identify everybody and track
I
them
don't disagree with Flock, but I don't care for it either.
You're like agreeing with like level 20,000 Flock because I'm talking about like cameras that can identify you walking into your house.
My police department in my town is like trying to partner with cameras in people's homes.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, that's fucked.
To like catch
In your
bad guys.
house?
No, like ring doorbells, I think mainly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just nuts.
I mean,
You-
I do
you see
believe
all
it
these
is a little bit,
You already know that
invasive.
all these cameras, these cheap cameras, these people buy to monitor their house are getting monitored by all these third party. There are definitely people hacking all these people's inside of their
Oh, yeah,
homes. and
somebody
looking.
has access to the storage cloud.
A lot of people have access to
And
that.
I pay
they
like
can run different
so
little
much
programs.
a month for my security cameras, and it all goes to the cloud, so I don't have to have no memory card or nothing like that.
Especially when so how
Somebody
it works
has access.
when you get a software hack, when they hack the software to your device, that hack is forever usable on that software, right? You have to, when you upgrade that hardware, is how you prevent it. When you go put thousands of Flock cameras in with the same hardware, Android 8, and it's outdated and you need Android 13, you have to upgrade the hardware, right? You have to go physically upgrade the hardware in that camera. When you don't do that, people that have already discovered this hack can distribute it to all these other ones, and everybody has this information.
Oh, you're talking about people getting the camera footage
Yes.
that ain't supposed to have it?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, I see both sides of it. I see it helping police for sure,
Yeah, why not? Hell yeah.
but I see it fucking being invasive as fuck,
Helping
too.
police for like murderers and
I saw where a
stuff,
woman,
sure.
She had got
Rapist?
like, I saw a woman. She was driving to work every day in the same route, right? Like a normal person.
Right.
We all take the same route to work every morning. She got flagged on Flock because somebody in the same type of vehicle was stealing packages, like Amazon packages, off the doorsteps.
Right.
And they came to her house and like accused her of stealing packages, and like she didn't at all. Like that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That's where it crosses the line. Like you're accusing people that are innocent just because they have
And
similar vehicles, look alike, blah blah blah.
if they're using it for police stuff like that, they need to access warrants. So what needs to be done, the practice that should follow that is if you find a license plate that beamed and it's like suspected murderer, you run that to the judge right now and get a warrant for arrest, or if he already has an
and
active
then
warrant,
figure it out at the jail.
right? Or if you have an active warrant, but it needs to be done with the judge's consent, not just a cop being able to run a license plate from a flock camera ping and gets to go pull people over nilly-dilly.
Yeah.
Because you get, you know,
Well, they went to her
misidentity
house.
like
I don't
that.
know if they had a warrant or not. They probably got a warrant, but it's just the fact that they're able to do that just by her car, like looking like it did.
Right, like you can't get a warrant for that, is what I'm saying. They couldn't get a warrant for just her car looking like that. They'd have to get a warrant for her name.
Just like there's crooked cops, there's stupid cops, there's crooked judges, and
Yeah,
stupid
for sure,
judges.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's all
Yeah.
all messy.
I see them everywhere now. They're flock cameras everywhere. They gonna get people. I see people tearing them down too. It's funny as shit. They'd be ripping them motherfuckers down.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit's so funny. I had to write it back. But
Oh, well, we can probably end this one anyways. It's already at 40 minutes.
well, it's more like 30 because 10 minutes is gonna be cut.
Yeah, that's about all of them, really.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
don't
like
have theme
flock
song.
safety. I seen a interview, actually, a video today about flock safety. The dude walked up and it's not an interview. He was like making a video. It's an older video about flock safety. He was commenting on another video, like the CEO or like some spokespersons for flock safety, talking about how it's not invasive and it can't be hacked and all this, right?
Yeah.
He was like, this dude's lying. He said, there is literally a video of me walking up to the flock camera and reading what was written on the flock camera, and then going and making a video and replaying that back to you, showing that I had access to that flock. That it was just that simple I could run a simple boom.
Well, luckily they don't put them in front of houses. I mean, what really is good is you can put a camera in any tree in the fucking United States and probably get away
Look,
with it.
the craziest flock placement I seen was actually like last Friday. We was at this apartment complex. You have to enter code to get in. It's just a gated community. You know, you have to enter the code to get in.
Right.
Literally on top of the brick where you enter the code, the flock camera is aiming at people coming in and out.
I have seen them in like subdivisions and
That's
stuff like
crazy
that.
to me. That's like, it's literally your residence. I know it's not
Surely
your house.
they have
but
to agree to that though. Like if you live in an HOA or something like that.
That's nuts, bro. An HOA is a subdivision's wild too, but
Yeah.
an apartment is like, you know, you would think that would happen more often, but that's just nuts. That's so invasive. Going in and out of your house.
It won't be long. There's gonna be cameras everywhere. There already is, really. I mean, we really think about it. There's billions of cameras around us everywhere.
Oh yeah, right.
Whether they're
Atlanta has the most
being
flock.
spied on, I mean, like we're getting spied on by them or not. I'm sure at least a quarter of them.
Dude, yeah, like even the laptop camera right here.
Yeah,
is
like
most likely like people can
I
just
wouldn't
access it.
Be like shocked to find out like somebody bring me a video of me doing this right now,
No, right,
which would be very.
Well, I mean, we got a video
suspicious.
here.
Yeah, but a bit different angle though.
right.
So.
Yeah.
That would be. I wouldn't surprise me. I'd beat them up.
I just don't
but-
care.
No,
I mean,
I'd
if they
beat
brought it to you,
if they
yeah, I'm gonna
brought
beat 'em
it,
up.
Beat them up.
But like if they're just doing it, who gives
Like,
a
yeah,
fuck?
you can hack my shit. I'm gonna beat the fuck.
No violence, right? No violence.
No, yeah, we like violence.
No violence.
Yeah.
Passive aggressiveness.
No, we can cut this one though. We'll make sure we'll get next week's because we did miss 1 week because of me. One scheduled video.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, subscribe. Check out the next one. This one should be up by tomorrow. He's
Maybe.
gonna do all the work this time.
So, guys, our editor chief,
Two bros talking shit.
chief.
Two bros talking shit. Pass that smoke, then split. Say it clean, then quit. Two bros talking shit. and the whole town heard it.